Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. Our next guest has done something extraordinary. Imagine not just getting your 10k a day steps in, but walking all the way from Armenia to Dubai. He's calling it Rakosat, which means random act of kindness, one step at a time. A journey that, simply put, is about spreading kindness across borders. Welcome to the man on this incredible mission. His name is Edmund Marganyan. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
So glad to be here. Thank you very much for inviting me.
So, the first question that I want to ask you is what was the moment or the realization that made you want to do this? That yes, today or tomorrow or the after, I want to walk all the way from Armenia to Dubai.
The moment started when I realized that I needed to come back to the UAE for number one, the Untold Festival. I'm pretty sure you're aware of it's coming up, and I had to renew my business license, so I had to come here.
Right.
But the realization that I needed to walk back that way, I was following a lot of guys. For some reason, a crazy thought occurs, and then you start seeing more of it. You have that on your Instagram feed. You start seeing more of that. I started seeing people doing extraordinary things like that, and then I said, one day I need to stop looking at the life I want to live through somebody else's eyes, and I'm just going to go ahead and do it myself.
Just all by yourself. And, this is what I want to do. If I want to walk, I will walk. Nobody's going to stop me.
That's it.
Okay, so you decide to walk to Dubai, and then Rakosat, random act of kindness, one step at a time. Yes. Tell us kind of what that means and how you decided to connect that plus a really long walk.
Yeah, so the idea came about the kindness when I was looking at people that were doing things that I wanted to do, traveling, and it was, to me, it started being perceived as one-sided. They walk and then whatever comes to them, and then I said, I want to do something different. I'm going to go with an open heart of the other way around, of giving and trying to see what I can learn from it, listening to the stories, doing small acts of kindness, nothing grand. I mean, a small smile is just enough to make somebody's day, make somebody happy, or sharing a tea with someone. And so I said, let's go with that mindset, with random acts of kindness, one step at a time. And that was the idea was born there, and it just went from there.
Was it also a way where you had okay, I really want to push myself to see how far I can go?
Of course, there was, at the core of it was the adventure, and it's something that is not easy to do.
It's all the mental game, basically.
Yes,
if my mind says that I cannot do it, I cannot. But if my mind says I really want to do this and I will do this, then any barrier is easier to pay.
Absolutely. If my mind says I cannot do it, I'm going to push my mind to shut up. We're going to do this.
2,500 kilometers. So how do you plan something like that? And give that to me in days. How long is it taking? And what kind of preparations do you need to make for a trip like that? I can imagine visas might be a nightmare. What countries did you go through?
Yes, so initially there was a couple options for me to go around, to come back to Dubai. And then one option was crossing 4 countries that needed visas, and I didn't have time. Because again, when I looked at the time, I went back to Armenia to visit my mom, and when I looked at the time, I said, I need to get there by November.
Okay.
And I said, I better get going now. And then the visa is, it takes logistics, it takes approval. Yeah. I didn't have that one option. The other option, again, I didn't have because I couldn't enter the country because of recent developments, conflicts. Okay. So there was one option straight down through Iran. Okay. We didn't need a visa with Iran. And that was the shortest route. I said, okay, I'm going to go straight down that way. And as far as the preparations, I was new at this. I was new at long-term hiking, professional, and YouTube videos, trying to learn about it. But again, you can only learn as much. And those videos usually show what worked for that person. Yeah. And it's individualized. What worked for me, I overpacked listening to those YouTube videos. I had so much extra gear that I had to unload. Yeah. After the first week, because the best way was to pretty much plan a little at a time, one step at a time, and learn from that and carry that over to the next step. That was the best way to learn on the process during the process.
I have so many questions.
I have a lot.
Go ahead.
So did nobody ever stop you, or when you told to the people at a visa gate or something that I'm just walking, did nobody just counter question you?
Oh, they stopped me millions of times.
What was their initial reaction? Were they just or were they extremely suspicious of you?
Yeah, so back in Armenia, I started with 2 backpacks, and it was
Okay.
super heavy. Of course, after a week or so, I didn't have an option. I'm looking up online the trailers, the walking trailers, and they're only selling them in Europe or overseas. So I ordered it, but it's going to take a time to come. So
Yeah.
what I do, I just bought a regular kid's stroller to
Okay.
unload my heavy stuff in there. So now I'm
That's so
walking
smart.
on the highway with a kid's stroller.
Yeah.
Oh my
And
gosh.
imagine how many people stopped asking me. They weren't even worried about me. They were like, let us take the baby to where you're going. You just get there. Everybody thought I was with a baby.
With the baby.
Everybody thought I was pushing a baby. Some people were making a comment, then my wife kicked me out of the house and I'm now with a baby going. Nobody had an idea. But once they were realizing, they're like, oh, so you mean you're hitchhiking? No, I'm walking. By a bicycle? I'm like, no, I'm walking.
Walking.
And then they will be like, it clicks, pause to process, and then
Like this.
whoa,
Oh, okay.
and then pat on the back, congratulations or well wishes, and it's always generally positive feedback.
What was your family's reaction to this when you initially told them that?
Oh
okay,
yeah, of
I
course.
I'm
I mean,
going.
whatever you would imagine, and nobody was thrilled
Everyone
or
was
happy
stressed
about
that,
it.
like, what would happen to you? Like, imagine the heat and this and then
Yeah,
that.
of course. I mean, it's always the fears that are
Yeah.
out there because people haven't done it, so they don't really know. It's always the beliefs that they have, like, that something could happen, and I appreciate those concerns, of course, especially from family members and
Yeah.
loving people. But again, if they haven't done it, how do they know?
And what surprised you about Iran, since that was the majority of your route? Were there any preconceptions that were kind of blown out of the water?
I would say yes. There's a lot of misrepresentation of the country. It's the people are just absolutely incredible, and you will see that everywhere you go. And I've heard that about a lot of countries, but again, I experienced it myself in first person, and with the situation that they live, especially their economic situation, how hard it is for them. They literally have nothing, and they will still give you everything they got. And that was one of the interesting things that I will take with me, definitely.
So kindness went both ways on that trip?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was, again, as I said, I went out there with an open heart, but the truth is that it was given back to me in so many more times. So that
Like it's not just like self-satisfaction, but you also got the chance to receive love from a lot of the people.
it was absolutely,
Like
yeah.
it's different when like strangers notice you and then like, oh, okay, man, best of luck to you, and that one small thing can like completely make your day and
Absolutely.
make you feel even more better about yourself. That yeah, like I am doing the right thing for myself. And when someone is acknowledging it, it makes you feel even more better. That okay, it gives you that small push that you might need on that particular day or like for the next coming week.
Yeah.
So it's good. It's a very wholesome thing.
Just looking at your Instagram and looking at the journey, it looks, and I mean this in a nice way, it looks like an Instagram highlight reel. Like it looks beautiful. You're encouraging me to do it. I think you'd be inspiring other people to do it. But I think we probably have to accept that, what are the realities? What were your feet like? Like, was it
Yeah.
sore? How often did you have to change your runners? How many hours are you walking a day?
Yeah, so it's definitely not sunshine and rainbows every day. And I'm actually preparing to put some stuff out on the content to actually what to expect if someone wants to do it. I didn't know anything, and therefore I paid for it right away, the hard way. Blisters, the
Yeah,
first 3
yeah.
days, and I couldn't walk anymore.
Oh, my feet are hurting for you. How did you
The-
get over that?
Millions of various creams and treatments and popping it and
And-
betadine to
and-
dry it
and then
out.
something
to-
just like
Yeah.
pushing through it. I
and
think.
pushing through it and through pain. I mean, then I
Yeah.
started walking through pain, and I was like, you know what?
It gets numb after a certain point. You get used
Yeah,
to it.
eventually it doesn't get numb. No, the pain never
Oh,
goes
it doesn't
away.
get numb?
I had my feet hurting the entire time.
Oh.
It's just the acceptance, the realization that, okay, so painful feet are going to be the inevitable part of this journey. Live with it.
Wow.
Deal with it.
Wow.
Whatever. Try to make it as comfortable as possible, but it is what it is, You don't have to keep pushing.
And then the second thing is you're going through these landscapes, I imagine, because you're walking. It's not, when one is driving, one can plan, okay, I might stay here, I might stay here, I might stay here. Or worst case scenario, I sleep in my car. Are you sleeping on random roads in your tent? And if so, were you concerned about security in any way?
Of course, the thoughts of safety did cross my mind a lot of times. I would try to look at the Google Maps and see the distance that I know I can cover that day. And approximately, I walked between 30 to maybe 35 kilometers on average a day. Some days was less, but some days was way more. But on average, I would say it was about that much. And then, okay, what do I see on the map that far away that I can, go?
Okay.
I covered around 5 kilometers an hour because I had my little push cart. And
Any like particular pit stops that were memorable to you in terms of food or like anything that you really remember? Like, okay, I stopped by this place just for like a bit, and then
food?
Anything, like any like memory that you cherish from that entire trip?
I promise you, walking in that heat and expending that much calories and constantly in need of calorie deficiency, any place you stop for food is just a heaven. You just want to eat everything you can put your mind to. I mean, but yes, I did cross, I went to 2 different countries that are ancient, that have been there for thousands of years, and you can imagine the traditions of cooking and the way they prepare meals, the seasonings that they use. I mean, there's a lot of places that I eat a lot of delicious stuff, yes.
What's your cardio routine?
Cardio routine? Walk 35 kilometers a day. Yeah, but I do run and stuff. I do workouts, try to stay healthy.
That's very interesting.
You mentioned at the beginning, you were watching people kind of online do these kind of cool adventures, and now you've done one. And I don't know your background, so maybe you've done more before this, but is this kind of bucket list ticked, or is this, okay, one down, what's next?
Well, it evolved towards being something that, okay, I want to live this now. And I'm not going to stop. While I'm here in the UAE, I'm planning my next adventure. While planning, I will probably do something that people might consider crazy while I'm here. I'm waiting for the permission to run up the highest hotel in the world, the tallest hotel.
Is it the Seal?
No, not the one that is open yet, because they officially are not open yet, so they're not officially in the record, I believe.
Okay.
So the one that is still in the record, Guinness World Record, Givora. So hopefully I'll get the permission, and then I will walk to it from where I live. I live in Sharjah. And then I'll run up.
That in itself
something like
is
that.
A marathon.
Yeah. And a couple other things like that. While my next journey is being planned, I definitely do not want to stop. So.
And as well, just in terms of adventure, you mentioned you're coming here for Untold.
Oh. Yeah,
so you need to tell us all about that.
I'm waiting for it. Yeah. So while I was walking, I did write an email to Armin van Buren's team, and he's coming.
Yeah.
I've been following his music for 25 years. More probably, and I told him, hey, I'm walking 3,000 kilometers to see the guy, so I might actually get to meet him. I don't know yet. I'm waiting for the response.
Yeah, they for sure should be doing something.
Yeah,
they responded?
They responded. They said 2 weeks out, write us again, so we can try to arrange with his schedule a meet and greet. So I'm waiting for the 2 weeks. Like, I'm looking at the time every day.
And so you're just a massive Untold fan?
I'm a massive Untold fan, I'm a massive electronic music fan, and I'm a massive Armin van Buren fan, yes. But they have a lot of cool names coming, like Aoki and I believe Martin Garrix. Eric Price, I love Eric Price. I mean, I know, so. I was here when Tiesto was here.
They should be giving you like the best ticket that's ever.
I already have the tickets. I don't want anything for free. I don't want any tickets. I just want to have a chance to see the guy.
Wow.
Oh, I really hope you get to see him. How amazing.
Thank
you. If people want to follow your journey, or if they want to relive your experience or look out for the tips that you're going to share, how can they do so?
Well, I did post my content on social media platforms that I have. On Instagram, it's Walking with Kindness. On TikTok, it's Walking with Edmund. And the rest of the handles on Facebook and YouTube are Rakosat, my mission. So they can go there, follow it. I have daily posts. I had my entire journey covered daily. And then I will definitely post the rest of the stuff that I'm doing or planning. And once I start my next journeys, I will be covering it daily as well. And hopefully give you motivation, inspiration.
Oh,
Thank you so
you
much.
definitely have.
Thank you so much. Yes, thank you very much.
That is the end of the Lovin Dubai show. We really appreciate your time this morning. Thank you, Par.
Thank you, Casey. Thank you so much.
Guys, it is Friday. That is the end of Lovin Dubai show. We'll be back with you on Monday morning, right here, same time, same place. Until then, have a beautiful weekend. Bye-bye.
See you.
Bye.